Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into something almost everyone deals with at some point: headaches.
Yeah, they're incredibly common, aren't they?
Totally. Whether it's that dull tension headache after a long day or, a full-blown migraine, the kind with nausea, visual stuff.
This can be really debilitating.
Exactly. It just throws everything off track. Work, social life, everything.
And it's frustrating.
So frustrating because, sure, there are traditional meds and they help a lot of people.
Right. They definitely have their place.
But they don't work for everyone, right?
Okay.
Or they come with side effects that are, not great.
That's a common issue. People are looking for other options.
Which brings us to today. What if there are other ways? Maybe things that work with your body. Okay, let's unpack this. We've gone through the sources you sent, clinical trials, medical guidelines.
Lots of solid research out there now.
And we're focusing on natural supplements. It seems like a lot of people, especially those with chronic migraines, are turning to these.
You really are.
Looking for ways to maybe prevent attacks, cut down the frequency, support brain health long term.
And what's truly compelling here, I think, is the growing evidence. This isn't just, guesswork anymore.
Right.
Many of these supplements have actually been studied pretty rigorously. Placebo-controlled trials, the whole 9 yards.
So real science behind them.
Exactly. And it's fascinating to see organizations like the American Headache Society starting to recognize them, even recommend them for managing migraines.
So why think about supplements? What are the core benefits the research points to?
Well, a few key things come up. First, they can help tackle nutritional deficiencies that sometimes play a role in migraines.
Okay.
They also support your neurological health, your vascular health, both super important.
Makes sense.
And a big one, they offer a potential route for long-term migraine prevention, maybe reducing how often attacks happen.
And maybe less reliance on prescription drugs for some people.
That's often a goal too, yeah. So our mission today is really to break down the most effective research-backed options from your materials.
Help you figure out what might actually make a difference.
Exactly.
That's the plan. Let's get into it because this is where it gets really interesting. We're talking about the powerhouses first, the ones that keep coming up in the research.
The heavy hitters.
Let's kick things off with magnesium. Your sources are pretty clear this one's a top contender.
Absolutely. Magnesium is, it's foundational.
Foundational how? What's it actually doing?
What's remarkable is its sort of multifaceted role. It helps stabilize the electrical buzz in brain cells.
Mm-hmm.
The activity that can go a bit haywire during a migraine.
Ah, okay. Calms things down electrically.
Right. And at the same time, it helps prevent blood vessels from spasming, which is another piece of the migraine puzzle.
So it's like a double action thing, calm and control.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Which likely explains why studies show it's particularly good for, say, menstrual migraines or migraines with aura.
And the outcome is reducing how often attacks happen.
Consistently, yes.
Yeah.
Reduces frequency.
Now, magnesium isn't just magnesium, is it? The sources mention different types.
That's a really important point. There are several forms. You've got magnesium oxide that's common, studied a lot for migraines.
Okay.
Then there's magnesium citrate or glycinate. Often people find those a bit easier on the stomach.
Gentler options?
Exactly. And then there's a really interesting one called magnesium threonate.
Threonate. What's special about that one?
Well, the sources point out its unique ability to cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively.
Ah, it gets into the brain better.
Potentially offering cognitive benefits alongside the headache relief. Still needs more research, but it's promising.
Interesting. What about dosage? How much are we talking?
Generally, the studies land around 400 to 600 milligrams per day for prevention.
400 to 600 milligrams? Okay. Any cautions?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
High doses, especially of certain forms like oxide, can sometimes cause digestive issues. Diarrhea is the main one.
Right.
So the advice is always start lower, maybe around 200 milligrams, and increase slowly as your body tolerates it.
Start low, go slow. Got it.
And the clinical trials you looked at consistently back this up. Significant reduction in symptoms, fewer attacks, especially if someone actually has lower magnesium levels to begin with.
Makes sense. So if magnesium is about calming things down, the next one seems to be about boosting energy.
Kind of, yeah. Let's talk vitamin B2, riboflavin.
Riboflavin. The sources flag this as an energy booster. How does that link to headaches?
It boils down to cellular energy, specifically in the mitochondria.
The power plants of the cells.
Exactly. Especially in brain cells. The research suggests that some people with migraines might have slightly impaired energy metabolism there, like the power plants aren't running at full capacity.
Okay, so they're underperforming.
Right. So B2 basically provides crucial fuel to help get those mitochondrial power plants working more efficiently. Better cellular function, fewer migraines.
So it's directly addressing a potential energy deficit in the brain cells. That's fascinating.
It really is.
And the sources say it's pretty safe, well tolerated.
Very much so. That's a big plus. Even at the higher doses needed for migraine prevention, it's generally very well tolerated.
What is that typical dose?
The standard dose used in most of the successful prevention studies is 400 milligrams per day.
400 milligram daily.
And it's worth noting, you often find riboflavin in B-complex supplements, right?
Yeah.
Alongside B6, B12.
Yeah.
Those other B vitamins also help support the nervous system and can play a role in managing inflammation, so sometimes a complex makes sense.
Creates a broader support system.
Exactly.
All right, sticking with that theme of cellular energy, let's talk coenzyme Q10.
CoQ10.
Ah, yes, CoQ10, another key player.
The source is highlighted as both an energizer and an antioxidant. How does it fit in?
CoQ10 is really interesting because it has that dual action. Again, similar to magnesium in a way, but different mechanisms.
Okay, how so?
First, like B2, it enhances energy production in the mitochondria. Give those power plants another boost.
More energy. Got it. But second, and this is really important, it's a powerful antioxidant. It helps reduce something called oxidative stress in brain tissues.
Oxidative stress,
Right.
like cellular damage.
Kind of like cellular rust, yeah.
Yeah.
Caused by unstable molecules. CoQ10 helps clean that up, and that stress is thought to contribute to migraine processes.
So it's cleaning up and boosting energy.
Precisely. And the research you found shows it can significantly reduce both how often migraines happen and how long they last.
Any other reported benefits?
Yes, many people also report feeling less fatigued, having more energy overall, which, as you know, can be a huge issue for migraine sufferers.
Absolutely. What's the typical dosage range for CoQ10?
It's usually between 100 to 300 milligrams per day. Sometimes people split the dose.
And can you take this with the others, like magnesium and B2?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, that combination magnesium, B2, and CoQ10 is quite commonly recommended. They seem to work well together, potentially offering a synergistic effect.
Right, attacking the problem from different angles.
Exactly. More comprehensive support.
Yeah. Okay, those are some heavy hitters. Now let's broaden out a bit. What about other natural allies? Maybe some traditional remedies or things for faster relief?
Yeah, there are definitely others worth mentioning.
Let's start with an herbal one. Feverfew. Sounds traditional.
It is. It's been used for a very long time.
But what does the science say now? How does it work?
Modern understanding suggests feverfew inhibits certain inflammatory substances that can trigger migraines.
Ah, anti-inflammatory action.
Right. And it might also help prevent some of the blood vessel dilation in the brain associated with headache pain.
Okay. Is it for prevention or acute treatment?
Primarily prevention. The key seems to be taking it consistently, daily.
And the dose?
The sources usually mention around 50 to 100 milligrams of a standardized extract daily. You'll often see it standardized to something called parthenolide.
Parthenolide, that's the actor compound.
Believed to be, yes. That's what gives it its anti-inflammatory punch.
Any downsides or things to watch out for with feverfew?
Well, the trial results are a bit mixed, honestly. Some show benefits, others not so much. Quality of the supplement really matters here.
Okay, so sourcing is important.
Very. And a crucial caution from the materials. Feverfew can potentially interact with medications, especially blood thinners like warfarin.
Oh, okay. That's serious.
Absolutely. So this is one where talking to your doctor before starting is essential. Not one to just try on your own if you're on other meds.
Good warning. All right, moving from herbs to something maybe more familiar. Ginger.
Ah, ginger. Great stuff.
We know it for nausea, right? But the sources suggest it does more for headaches.
That's the surprising part. While it might not be the first thing you grab for prevention,
right.
Its real strength, highlighted in your sources, is in significantly reducing pain and nausea during an actual migraine attack.
So it's more for acute relief when the headache hits.
Exactly. It's a fantastic natural option for that moment.
How does it work on the pain? Is it just the anti-nausea effect helping?
It's more than that. It actively reduces inflammation. It also seems to lower the production of prostaglandins.
Prostaglandins. Those are the compounds that increase pain and inflammation signals.
Spot on. So ginger helps quiet those down, offers pretty quick relief right at the onset.
How do you take it for that? Like, eat ginger chews?
You could.
Yeah.
The sources mention dosages up to about 600 milligrams of ginger extract, or even just making a strong, fresh ginger tea right when you feel a migraine coming on.
Okay. And you mentioned something surprising earlier.
Oh, yeah, the comparison. There are some small studies mentioned in your materials suggesting ginger might be as effective as sumatriptan.
Wow, that's a common prescription migraine drug.
Exactly. As effective in reducing headache intensity, but potentially without the side effects some people get from triptans.
That's a pretty big deal.
It really is.
Yeah.
Needs more research, bigger trials, but very promising for an accessible, natural option.
Definitely one to keep in mind for acute attacks. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Melatonin.
The sleep hormone.
Right, most people think sleep, but the sources link it to fewer migraines. How?
It's quite interesting. It seems particularly helpful for migraine prevention in people who have poor sleep patterns or disrupted circadian rhythms.
Which is common in migraine sufferers, right? Sleep disruption.
Very common. So first, it helps improve sleep quality, which is just fundamentally important. But beyond that,
There's just more.
yeah, the research indicates melatonin itself might help reduce migraine frequency directly. It also has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects in the brain.
So multiple benefits again. Sleep, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory.
Exactly. It contributes in a few ways.
What's the dosage for this purpose? Still the typical sleep dose.
The range studied for migraine prevention is usually a bit higher than sometimes used just for sleep onset, often 3 to 10 milligrams taken before bedtime.
3 to 10 milligrams before bed. And the usual advice applies. Start low.
Always. Start low, see how you feel, adjust gradually, find your sweet spot.
And effectiveness compared to meds.
Well, some studies highlighted in your sources show it can be comparable in effectiveness to certain prescription preventive drugs like amitriptyline.
Really?
Yes, but crucially, often without the side effect concerns like dependency or significant next-day drowsiness, it's generally considered a very clean option in that sense.
Very interesting. Okay, one more major category to touch on. Omega-3s.
Ah, the fatty acids,
Yeah.
fish oil territory.
Right. We hear about them for heart health, brain health generally,
Right.
but specifically for headaches.
Absolutely. Their power lies mainly in their anti-inflammatory properties.
Okay.
Omega-3s play a really vital role in supporting cardiovascular health, which includes healthy blood flow and overall neurological health. For headaches,
Yeah.
the sources indicate they can help decrease both the frequency and the severity of migraine attacks, likely by improving blood flow and tamping down systemic inflammation throughout the body.
Makes sense. Inflammation is a recurring theme here.
It really is central to a lot of this.
What kind of dose are we looking at for omega-3s?
The research suggests aiming for 1,000 to 3,000 milligrams per day of the combined active components, EPA and DHA.
EPA and DHA, those are the key ones to look for on the label.
Yes, definitely. The total oil amount isn't as important as the EPA and DHA content.
Got it. So maybe not the first supplement people think of for migraines compared to, say, magnesium.
Perhaps not. They're sometimes seen as more of an unsung hero, but the sources make it clear they play a really important foundational role.
For long-term management and prevention.
Exactly. Contributing to that overall healthier inflammatory balance.
Okay, wow, that's a lot of potential options. Magnesium, B2, CoQ10, feverfew, ginger, melatonin, omega-3s.
Quite a toolkit.
So what does this all mean practically? Someone's listening thinking, okay, maybe I should try one of these. What are the critical things to keep in mind before, running out to buy supplement?
This is super important. Practical application. First, and I can't stress this enough, talk to your doctor or healthcare provider.
Always step one.
Always. Especially if you're already taking other medications, prescription or over-the-counter, or if you have any chronic health conditions.
Why is that so critical? Aren't these natural?
They are, but natural doesn't always mean harmless in every situation. High doses can cause side effects, and crucially, they can interact with other treatments. Feverfew and blood thinners is just one example. Magnesium can affect certain antibiotics or blood pressure meds.
Okay, so safety first, get professional advice.
Absolutely. Second, quality matters. Choose high-quality supplements from brands you trust. Look for ones that do third-party testing if possible.
Ensures you're actually getting what the label says.
Exactly. Third, if you're starting out, try just one new supplement at a time.
Why is that?
So you can actually tell what's working. If you start 3 things at once and feel better, you won't know which one made the difference.
Right.
Or if you have a side effect, you won't know what caused it.
Makes sense. Introduce them slowly.
Right. And fourth, be patient, especially for the preventives like magnesium, B2, CoQ10.
They don't work overnight.
No, definitely not. Results often take time to build up. We're talking several weeks, maybe even a couple of months. Your sources often mention 4 to 8 weeks as a typical time frame to see effects. Ginger, for acute relief, is faster, obviously. Melatonin might show sleep benefits sooner.
Okay, so manage expectations. It's a longer game for prevention.
It is. And finally, listen to your body. Pay attention to any potential side effects, stomach upset, maybe drowsiness with melatonin if the dose is too high, any allergic reactions. Stop if something doesn't feel right and consult your provider.
Excellent guidelines. So talk to a doctor, choose quality, start one at a time, be patient, and listen to your body.
That's the framework.
What about common questions like timing? When should you actually take these? Does it matter?
It does, a bit. The sources generally clarify this. For the daily preventatives, magnesium, B2, CoQ10, taking them with meals is often best.
Why was meals?
Helps with absorption for some and can minimize potential stomach upset for things like magnesium.
Okay, what about the others?
Melatonin obviously is for bedtime, about 30 to 60 minutes before you want to sleep.
Right.
And ginger, for acute symptoms, you take it right when you feel that headache starting or the nausea hitting. That's when it works best.
Okay, that makes sense. Timing depends on the supplement's purpose.
Precisely.
And the other big question, can you combine them? We touched on magnesium to CoQ10, but generally, is it safe to stack multiple natural supplements?
The short answer is often yes. Many can be safely combined for a broader approach. That magnesium B2 CoQ10 combo is a prime example, targeting different pathways.
But there's a but, right?
There's always a but. But it's crucial. Consult your healthcare provider when combining. Don't just create your own mega stack.
Why? Potential for too much of something, interactions.
Both. You want to avoid excessive doses of any one thing and make sure there aren't unexpected interactions between the supplements themselves or with your existing meds. Personalized guidance is key for safety and getting the best results.
Right. Personalized strategy, not a free-for-all. Okay. So, wrapping this up. Managing headaches, especially if they're chronic migraines, it can feel like a really long, exhausting road.
It absolutely can be.
But what this deep dive seems to show is that by digging into the science behind these natural supplements, you might uncover some really effective, sustainable options, things that work with your body.
That's the hope. Supplements like magnesium, B2, CoQ10, omega-3s, and even those targeted options like ginger or melatonin, they offer real, well-researched benefits.
Yeah.
But the crucial insight, I think, that runs through all the sources is perspective. Don't see them as magic bullets in isolation.
Right, not just pills.
Think of them as powerful tools, yes, but tools that work best when combined with lifestyle factors. Optimizing sleep, staying hydrated, managing stress. These aren't optional extras, they're fundamental.
They all work together.
When you integrate these supplements with those healthy habits, that's when you can really see a significant improvement in quality of life. It's a holistic approach.
So think about that synergy, right? It's not about finding the one thing, but understanding how different natural approaches, alongside mindful living, how that creates a really powerful, personalized strategy for your well-being.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is, what's one small step you could explore this week? And how might understanding your own body's needs, maybe talking to your provider about these options, unlock a different kind of relief for you?
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.